especially for what they call early career researchers, because you need you're just starting out, and you probably have a lot of obstacles in your way, right? About how do I go about starting my research? How do I go about obtaining credible sources when to cite in my papers and assignments and so forth. So I thought this would be a nice quick start to sort of give you all a springboard. So let me just, right. So Wikipedia generally is not accepted as a proper citation lah, especially for academic papers or assignments. You might refer to it to say that, oh, there's a Wikipedia says this, but it cannot be accepted usually as a credible source. Partly because it's very difficult to look at the authority of the article. It is a crowdsourced kind of material, and very often especially some Wikipedia articles often get edited by people with less than purely academic motivations, shall we say. Okay, so you can't use Wikipedia directly, but you can use it as a stepping stone, especially if you're starting off on a topic that you're not very familiar with, and you want to get some background information and also figure out what are the foundation or classical articles that talk about this topic, and how do I start my research on it. So very often Wikipedia will have a whole list of references at the bottom of the entry, and that is where you can start collecting a lot of these citations. And one issue with those citations is that many of them are behind paywalls, which means that, let's say it's a Nature article, so you click on it, it asks you to pay, or it's a IEEE transaction paper, then you click on it, it asks you to pay. So how do you go about getting the full text for these articles without having to pay, and very, very quickly also, without having to run back to our portal, do a search again, and then go through databases, etc. So the first tool I would like to recommend is something called LibKey Nomad. And it's a very simple plugin that you can put in your browser. Unfortunately, it's only for selected browsers, not all. Safari users are out of luck, I'm afraid. So I'll show you later which ones are suitable. And what is LibKey Nomad? It's a very simple plugin, and basically what it does is that it checks the web page that you're on, right, for any links to full text, and provides you a direct link to the PDF if it's available, or to the web page where you can get the full text. And there's no need for you to register an account, so you don't need to give LibKey Nomad any of your details. All you need to tell them when you've installed the plugin is that you're from NUS. So once it knows that you're from NUS, it will know to send you to the NUS login screen, right, when you want to access full text that is behind a paywall. So that's all there is to it. So these are the browsers that are suitable for using the plugin. So they have created plugins for these browsers. So mainly the Chrome, what they call Chromium-based ones. So Chrome definitely, Microsoft Edge. I'm not too familiar with the other two, Brave and Vivaldi. And then of course they have one for Firefox as well. Unfortunately, if you're using like Safari, Opera, you probably have to install one of these browsers to use the plugin. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's go to, let me just stop my share and then start up one with, should be this one? Yes, this one. This should be my, oh no, this is the other one. Okay, never mind. We'll just start on this one first. I wanted to demo to you. Why don't I just start a new share with my screen? I think that would be easier. Okay, so let me just demo to you what the plugin will look like once you have installed it. So this is my Firefox browser, which I've already installed. Can everybody see my screen? So it's the NUS portal one, right? So let's say on your extensions, right, you should be able to see this little green flame. So that's the LibKey Nomad. plugin. So when I encounter something like this, right, it tells me this is a Science Direct article on Singapore's medical tourism. Then if I click on the get access, right, it tells me I have to pay $31.50 for it, or I can try institutional login. Usually is they'll use things like Athens and Shibboleth, which we don't use, so that's not really very useful. Then institutional email is quite leceh because you have to click on it, you tell them which university you're from, then the next screen tells you have to input your email address, then they'll send you a link, etc., etc. So it will take time, and the link also might get delayed, because if it's an automated email, sometimes our Outlook spam filter will capture it and then won't release it until later. So what do? There's a link here. You see this big button at the bottom. So it will pop up when we have the plugin installed, and then if we have a subscription to this journal, it will let you in. So, see, very fast. So that took me a few seconds. Yeah, so let's try a Wikipedia article. So let's go to Wikipedia. So let's say I'm starting out research on soft robotics, and I have no idea what soft robotics is, but I'm interested in finding out. So when I come to this article right in Wikipedia, you notice there are lots of the citations here. So these are all the different citations to journal articles that are available. You can see the full list right at the bottom here, and you notice, you see there's a whole plethora of them that says download PDF. So let's say if I'm interested in, there was one by Nature, yes, this one. So design, fabrication, control of soft robots by Nature. So Nature definitely is an authoritative source, right? So I think it's got the highest impact factor among journals. So if I click on this, it should open up and give me the full text. Oh, hang on. Yeah. See, very simple. So this is how LibKey Nomad can help you save a lot of time looking for full text. Whenever you encounter articles or references that are interesting, right, from Wikipedia or from any number of sites, even when you're Googling, instead of using Google Scholar, let's say you use Google, or somebody sends you a link to in an email, and then when you click on it, right, it sends you to a site like this, and then you're like, oh, what do I do? So that's how you can go about using it. So how do you go about installing this plugin? It's fairly simple. You can learn more about LibKey Nomad by going to research on our library portal, and then you have browsing. Okay, why is it under browsing? Because browsing is an app that is owned by a company called Third Iron, and then LibKey Nomad is one of the tools that browsing that belongs to the company. So you just click on this tab, and it will tell you what LibKey Nomad is, how do you go about installing it, what does it look like, you know. So it will show you the demo that I showed you all earlier, and then what are the different links, you know, the names mean. So like download PDF is the one that's the most common, so where you can get the PDF directly. Then there are some where the format is not a PDF, but it's a HTML file, for instance. Then it will show you an article link instead, and so forth. So you can use this website. This one will bring me to the Chrome plugin directly, but you can also just type in. So let's say I can just put in libkeynomad.com, right? And then it will direct me to Third Iron's page. There's a short video that tells you what it is about, and then depending on the browser that you're using, you can select the icon. So it will bring you to the web store, and then you just need to add the plugin. So it's quite fast. So once it's done, right, you should be able to see it here. And then it will ask you very quickly, you know, which organization you're from. So you just need to search. I usually just put in Singapore and then NUS. So once I've selected that, it will tell me, okay, we have logged you as a person from NUS. And then so in the future, when you download, it will send you to NUS, the subscriptions. So that's it. I'm done. So that's LibT Nomad in a nutshell. So you can try exploring it, and if you want to learn more about it, you can check out our lib guide on this. Although it's a very, very simple tool lah. Okay, so let's say if you're a hardcore Safari user, Opera user, right? You not using Chrome or Safari and all that. So how? Then there's an alternative. So the other tool that I'd like to show you is Proxy Bookmarklet. If you've been in NUS for any period of time, more than a year or 2 years, you probably know about this. This is a very common tool that we recommend people use. And it's not even a program. It's basically a bookmark that you just insert. So if you don't want to install a plugin on your Chrome or Firefox, or you're not using Chrome or Firefox, so it's not suitable for you, then you can just put in this bookmark on your bookmark toolbar, and that will enable you to access the full text as well. But it's just a smaller additional step where usually you need to go through a login. Okay, so in a situation like this, when you get the article, you just need to click on the bookmark, and then it will allow you to access it. So let's go and have a look. So this is the lib guide for Proxy Bookmarklet. If you're going from the NUS site, right, research, if you were sharp-eyed just now, you would notice it here. So under the tools, this is Proxy Bookmarklet. Right, and then it will tell you what it is about. So basically, it's just a hang on, there's a chat question. Just give me 1 second to open up the chat. Sometimes the Zoom doesn't allow me to see the chat window. There we go. Okay. Okay, what's the difference between LibT Nomad and NUS Proxy Bookmarklet? The function is the same. It's supposed to help you get the full text, but one is a plugin that is installed onto a browser. So you will need to use either Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Firefox, Vivaldi, or Brave in order to be able to install that plugin. But I do know quite a lot of our NUS community, right? They use MacBooks, so they may not install Chrome or Firefox. They will use Safari, and then some of our other, there's a small proportion who may use alternative browsers like Opera. So in that situation, the plugin cannot be installed. So they have to look at alternatives. So the bookmarklet, right, is a simpler tool. Basically, it just goes onto your bookmark bar. So let me just very quickly show you how it's done. So I'm using my Chrome right now. So it tells me that for installation on Chrome, I just take this link here, and then I just drag to my, sorry, the menu is in the way, so I need to move this out. Yeah, so it says here, NUS Proxy Bookmarklet, right? And if you're not using any of these browsers, or you're using a Mac, theoretically you can do it. So they've offered you some alternatives at the bottom here. Well, my colleagues have about how to sort of make use of this bookmarklet, right? Even if you're not using any of these browsers at the top. Okay, so let's go back. Let me go back to that article, right? This one. So let's say if I encounter this article again, right, and then it's still asking me for money. So I have my Proxy Bookmarklet. I click on it. So I will sign in. So if you use any of our databases, you'll be quite familiar with this lah. So if you're on campus, you can use the campus login, or you can type in your ID and password here. Then once you've logged in, you encounter the appropriate use policy page. Go in, and you notice that this get access becomes download PDF. And if I'm not mistaken, I can see the full text in HTML here. See, this is the full text now. Yeah, so it's a very simple process. It's just it just takes a few seconds more than the plugin, because you have to manually log in to the proxy. But it's just as convenient, and it's more flexible because it can be catered to for more browsers. Yeah, so that's the Proxy Bookmarklet. So basically, between these two tools, it will enable you to get full text very, very quickly. Whenever you're online checking out. Now, if you're using Google Scholar, right, you don't need this Proxy Bookmarklet. There's an even faster way of doing it. Okay, which is, if we go back to, let's see, Proxy Bookmarklet, there's this thing called Find at NUS Libraries. And in Google Scholar, right, you can go to the settings when you're in Google Scholar, but you have to make sure that you're logged in because otherwise the settings doesn't get saved. So you log into your Google Scholar, and then in the hamburger menu, you check for settings, look at library links, right, and search for NUS. So make sure you select it. Usually by default, the Open Cat WorldCat is the only one, is the only library link available. So you just make sure that this one is selected. Then when you do your search, right, you will notice that previously where there were blanks on the right-hand side, right, sometimes you may see ResearchGate or it's an open access article, and then some articles will have a blank instead. And now there should be this link to the Find at NUS Libraries. Yeah, so when you click on that, it will bring you through the same steps as the Proxy Bookmarklet, where you log into the proxy and then you get hold of the full text. Yeah, so for those who are using Google Scholar, this is definitely a step you should insert into your settings. So it will definitely save you a lot of time getting hold of the full text. Right, any questions so far? Like I said, this is a very, very fast session.
Hi, Suyan. Yes, can I have a quick question?
Sure.
I'm just curious about security and privacy of this plugin.
Oh, because
and
this
because
plugin,
yeah, because it's very convenient. It is. I like it a lot. Thank you for bringing this up.
Oh yeah, no worries about security, because the plugin and the proxy, right, don't store any information, personal information anywhere. They basically, what this the bookmark does, right, is basically it just adds an additional this bit here. So all it does is that it just inserts this thing into the URL. So there is no storage of login information. So when you're going through the proxy, you're actually going through our NUS Libraries web server.
Yeah, I think that part makes sense because we have to manually input our login information when we use Mark booklet. So I think that what it does, the booklet does basically automatically linking up to the NUS website.
Yes, to the NUS server.
Yeah, I think that part I understood. My question is more like about the more convenient option. Yeah, the more convenient option, because we don't have to log in at all.
Yeah, because we have signed up for LibKey Nomad. So this one also goes through the library.
Okay.
Yeah, because LibKey Nomad actually is not a free tool. It is.
Oh, I see.
It actually belongs to this browsing, and LibKey Nomad are tools that the NUS libraries have subscribed to, right? From from this company called Third Iron.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is one.
So it's a paid service. Okay.
Yes. So it's a paid service, and rest assured, we definitely gone through the security stuff with our NUS IT to ensure that it is a secure service that we can purchase.
Thank you. So if we are traveling in the future, hopefully soon, not in the NUS network, we have to use the VPN to connect in order to use the
either of these tools, you don't need a VPN, and you don't need to be on campus. All you need is to be online. You have internet connection, you have the plugin or the bookmarklet, and you have your ID and password. That's it.
Oh, okay. So even traveling outside of Singapore?
Yes, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, as long as you have internet access.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. So this is a link linking up to the NUS website library. Is not limited to the Wikipedia only. It can be any other sources. Is that correct?
Yes. So I use Wikipedia because it's a it's a common place for people to look for
Okay.
information.
So
Yeah.
Wikipedia is just one example, application
Yeah, it's
example.
just an example, but it's a very good example
Uh,
because it's usually
uh,
not acceptable as an academic source, but it's also a treasure trove of academic sources.
got it. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting case
Mhm,
case study, you see.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I hope that answers your question. So there are questions in the chat. So Jennifer is asking, can alumni still use LibKey Nomad? I'm afraid not, I think, because I think you need to have a valid the ID and password. But alumni, right, you have access to certain resources. So if you look at the services, right, for alumni, we have managed to negotiate some access to a selected number of databases. So those that are available for remote access, that means you can log in from your own computer and then remotely control a terminal that is located in the library. So these are the publishers that allow the access to their full text for alumni. And then there are some that are available for the next few weeks, next couple of weeks. So make use of it while you can. Yeah. So these are the ones that are available only temporarily during the COVID period. Then there are some that are available only on site. That means they've stated that alumni can access, but you must come to a designated terminal in the library and make use of it. So these are the ones that are available only on site. So you actually have to go to the central library to access it. But I think right now we are, at least for the next couple of weeks, I think alumni still can't come in. It's due to NUS policy. Although now with the Prime Minister's announcement, right, there may be adjustments, so we will probably have to wait to see what NUS says about providing access in the future. Then we will adjust the permissions as well. But in the meantime, you can make use of that slightly shorter list of remote access databases. Then, of course, there are a number of free resources, open access databases available online, and for Singapore citizens and PR, right, you can also check out our biggest competitor, NLB. But okay, they're not really our competitor. They serve different needs lah. But NLB also has a lot of databases that are open to Singaporeans and PRs. So you can also make full use of their resources. Yeah, then there was another question on chat about getting market research info, right? Okay, you asked the right person because I am a business research librarian. So market research, right, we have quite a few resources. It will depend on the industry that you're looking for and the type of market information you're looking for. But offhand, right, let's say if you're looking for consumer products and consumer services, then Passport. So you can just find it from our databases here. Oops, wrong, click on the wrong thing. Wait, hang on. Okay, then you go to database tab, right? And search for Passport. Okay, so Passport belongs to Euromonitor, and Euromonitor is a huge market research company, right, that does their own research. So that means they have specialists on the ground in various countries that collect first-hand data and analyze data and trends, and then they produce reports as well as collect statistics. So they have very in-depth consumer reports and data. But Passport is not a very user-friendly database, so I can't really demo it very well today. It will take quite a bit of time. I do ILP, I do a Research and Unbound workshop every semester for business research resources. So you can look out for that as well if you're interested to know more. Another database that would probably be useful, right, if you're looking for more technology or manufacturing or what they call hard industries like automotives and drilling and ICT, healthcare, that sort of thing, is Frost and Sullivan. So if I search for Frost, so Frost and Sullivan, right, let me just very quickly go in. because it's I can just show you the list of industries that are available. So they have quite a good mix of industries. So if you go to browse, yeah, so these are the industries that are covered, but you notice they're not all covered equally well lah. So education, I wouldn't waste my time here lah, because they don't have a lot. So and then consumer products as well, it's not very well covered. If you want to look at consumer products, better to check out Passport. But things like ICT, so IT developments, healthcare developments, power systems, electronics, they are very good on that. And then for if you are doing food science, technology, right, chemicals, materials, and food, so they'll tell you about what are the latest innovations in food technology, in chemical processing, and so forth. So it's a very useful website to give you some ideas about the market of these various industries. So like this one, the global market, and then they will do forecasting as well. Yeah, so you can check out these two. There are a number of other databases as well that can provide you with market information. If you look at our major databases, right, you can check out ABI Inform and Business Premier. So they are academic databases. They have a lot of journals, but they also have industry reports, market research available there as well, like MarketLine or Data Monitor reports. Yeah, so we have quite a lot of resources. So you can feel free to email me. So my email is, yeah, so if you have more details about the kind of data you're looking for, you can feel free to email me. I can give you some more detailed suggestions, as well as some tips about how to locate the information. And there are certain websites that are available online as well that may be useful. Or if you're looking for statistical information, we'll have a lot of statistic bases that provide industry and market information as well as forecasts. So it's a variety. Our databases are not just for academic articles. They have quite a lot of different varieties of data. Yeah, so that's that. Do you all have any other questions? So we've done the Proxy Bookmarklet. So very quickly, the other tools that would be useful, right, would be Find It at NUS Libraries, which I already showed for the Google Scholar. Then browsing, right, if you're interested in finding out, if you like to like read articles on the go, or you have a very long commute to campus, right, like 1 hour, you want to read something on your phone, you can try out the browsing. It's an app that you can install on your laptop or your phone or your tablet, and you can download our subscribe journal articles right into it. So it is sort of like a folder, where you can put in all the articles that you're interested in reading, and then you read it on the go. And if you are starting out your research and you find that, oh, I'm accumulating a lot of references, how do I manage these references? And more importantly, right, my let's say my thesis or the paper I want to publish, you need to use a certain citation style, whether it's the journal citation style or it's your department's recommended citation style, like APA, MLA, numbered styling. Then how do you go about doing the formatting, right, without losing all your hair? Because manually formatting a paper is a pain. Microsoft Word nowadays has a few styles. I think they have like 4 or 5 of the more major styles, citation styles. So you can use Microsoft Word to do the formatting for those. But let's say if you want to publish to a journal, right, they all have their own styles. So there are reference manager software. So this reference manager, right, they help to organize your citations. And if let's say you have a project, you have a paper, and then you have your thesis, so you can actually have subfolders for each of these in this software, and just sort your citations into each of these to keep them separate. And then after that, you can output them right in the correct formatting into your Microsoft Word. They all have plugins, so EndNote, Mendeley, and Zotero. So these are the 3 software that the NUS Library supports, and we have guides on them. So if you click on this, when we send, I'll be sending you the slides slightly later after the session, and you can find out more about how to install these software and how to make use of them. And why do we have so many different? Because they are all slightly different and they are suitable for different needs. So for instance, right, if you're doing systematic review, you're a medical student, pharmaceutical student, right, you need to do systematic review, you need to use EndNote. Because EndNote enables you, right, to actually accumulate the huge number of references that are required for systematic review and output them into an Excel spreadsheet. So you're able to do your checklisting. Mendeley is very suitable for people who want to share. So you are in a team and you want to share and your references, your folders, etc. And you're a very mobile person. So you're moving around between your PC, your laptop, your tablet, etc. So Mendeley allows you to do that. And Mendeley also has certain plugins that allow you to cite even web pages, blogs, etc. So for the more off the wall kind of references, Mendeley plugin allows you to format those citations. Zotero is very user-friendly. It's open source, so it's free of charge. So if you're graduating soon and you're worried, I don't have Mendeley anymore. Actually, Mendeley has a free version as well as institutional version. So you can actually continue to use the free version for Mendeley. But let's say you're alumni and you no longer are able to access the EndNote and Mendeley's institutional subscriptions, you can continue to use Zotero, which is, and it's a very lightweight software, so you can use it as a extension or as a software on its own, and I find it more user friendly. So if you don't have a huge number of citations, but you still need some organization, right, then Zotero might be the option for you. So that's why we have so many different alternatives for citation managers. They have slightly different unique qualities. Right, so before we end the session, if you could just give us your feedback very, very quickly. Let me just put the link in. Okay, let me get the link for this one and put it in the chat. There we go. Yeah, so you can just click on the link and and then put in your email, put in your feedback. So if you have queries about more general issues about the library, maybe you want to recommend a book, or you want to find out more about some of the different libraries, you can actually use our more general email query. Because I may not always be able to answer my emails immediately. It might take me some time because I may be teaching classes, I may be off. So if you need a reply fairly fast, especially during the weekdays office hours between 9 to 5 p.m., the Ask a Lit email is always manned during these hours. So you should be able to get a response quite quickly. But if you have any queries about business resources, market research, for instance, or where to get company financial data, feel free to email me directly. If I can, I should be able to provide you with some pointers. Yeah, so that's the end of the session for today. I'll give another minute for anybody who has questions.